Josh has always had a really hard time identifying his emotions.
Her problems are severe language-based learning problems that makes communication very difficult.
We always fought and argued. I couldn't get him to do his homework, couldn't get him to do anything.
There was just a real lack of understanding about what to do, how to support him, and how to help him.
We were at the end of our rope. We didn't know where to go.
It's hard to do when you don't know what to ask for, when really all you want to ask for is help.
I kept thinking, this kid is going to end up in prison.
I wanted him to be in a school where he was included and felt part of the community. And I wanted a school where he could really explore some of his difficulties. So we moved. We came to Houston, Texas without jobs. We had no support. Other families have come from all over the country and even all over across the world. And when I think of my experience being scary, I can't imagine what it's like for them. But I'm quite sure if it's anything like us, it'll be a great experience for their children too.
To watch the growth of the Monarch School has been just phenomenal.
When you look at where they came from and how they started from a garage to an office building and a back of a church, and now come into a facility like this, I mean, it just tells me that the sky's the limit.
Just having a place that's identifiable as the Monarch campus, I think it makes a difference to the kids. The idea that there is room to grow sort of adds a sense of future to the school. And I think it's only going to get better from here.
The Monarch School lets kids, first of all, be themselves. And to be yourself, you have to put down a lot of guards and expose your strengths as well as your deficits. And when kids do that at Monarch School, I think they're very well supported.
They supported me even when they didn't know exactly what my diagnosis was. I was very moody, incredibly irritable, and I would struggle with extremely crippling depression. I couldn't function. I would curl up on the floor in the psych room and cry sometimes. It was horrid. But they've been with me every step of the way. They've never lost hope in me.
I didn't bring Andrew to Monarch because he had autism. I brought him to Monarch because they respect him. And I think it was just that they understood him, you know, they understood the sort of support that he needed. We really needed somebody that was not going to just look at what do we have to deal with a child that has this diagnosis or this label, but, you know, what's going on with Andrew? What is going on with him individually?
It wasn't that Corey couldn't do the work, he just, when he got behind, or if you put too much of a load on him, he would just shut down.
When I got to Monarch, that they could see that I was throwing tantrums when I didn't get my way, that I was disorganized, that I wasn't dumb, I was intelligent, but I was not using it in a resourceful manner.
One of the big issues is how does he fit into the context of the community that he's in.
Well, I wasn't talking to anybody because of my selective mutism. It's an anxiety disorder that makes me too nervous to speak to most people. I mean, it was hard for people to be friends with me. And the teachers and the kids had a lot of patience.
They basically taught me how to work with teachers. They taught me how work is supposed to get done, how I interact with other people, because that was a big thing for me, because I could do the work, but when it came to the interacting with other people, I was a cold fish. But they built those skills up for me, and I gained confidence and friends through that.
When I first came here, I was very introverted. I used to like to be alone most of the time. I used to be quite a shut-in socially. And now I've really branched out. I love to meet new people. I love to make new people feel welcome. It's not all about me anymore.
Here, he found pretty quickly that he was expected to be a part of the school community. He was expected to be a part of leadership committees, to be a part of planning for events, to be a part of upholding the standards of the school, because he knows that he and everybody else are all part of building this community that works.
They hate the idea that a student could be forgotten by the system.
I knew it was not going to be a quick fix. I knew that it was going to be, you know, hard work day in and day out.
And it's rough at times, but at the end of the day, you're able to look back at the progress you've made.
He just loves it. I mean, he loves everybody here. He loves everything about this school. He knew that they cared about him. He knew that the people here cared about him. He loved his teachers.
When Kate graduated from Monarch, we were very unsure about what was going to happen next. And we went to Monarch and we said to them, what do we do? They said, let's figure it out. They could have easily said to us, you know, I'm really sorry, our program's over. Look over here, maybe they can help you. Look over there, maybe they can help you. But they didn't do that. They said, okay, we'll help you. And they did.
It's the Voyager program, which is to work with these young folks with neurological differences. Well, the work doesn't end when you're 18 years old.
And now there are 4 houses. They'll have 12 adults living away from their parents. She is learning to cook. She takes care of her laundry. She does everything that every adult in the world does, and without us. We went over to her house one time and they were having a party. You know, I said to Dave, this is what a 23-year-old is supposed to be doing. They're not supposed to be at home with their mom sitting on the couch. They're supposed to be with their friends having chips and dip and, you know, cooking burgers out in the back. And she can do that. It's a normal life.
So the Monarch School truly grows children from the inside out. It gives them enough confidence to believe in themselves and then to believe that the rest of the world is there and can help them and support them.
The 1 year here has made 10 years difference in his life.
I really see Andrew emerging as himself. You know, he has his own personality now, his own thoughts. It's those things that don't show up on an IQ test. You know, it's really about quality of life.
There are no longer limitations. He has the ability to make choices for himself.
I have so many goals that would be unattainable if it were not for this school, and I've found irreplaceable relationships, so many wonderful things here that I cannot imagine living without now.
Yeah, I've been all across the country, and there aren't many places like this. It's not just a school. It's a place where you grow entirely as a person.
I plan on attending a university, majoring political science, and going on to law school to become a professional mediator, and possibly after that, public office.
He says he wants to be a firefighter. It makes me feel proud, you know, that he would want to follow in my footsteps. It's been a great career for me.
I'm stuck between wanting to get a doctorate in music or just going right out into the marketplace.
Kate learned to communicate through her art. So as a result of the Monarch School discovering this gift that she had, she's been out in the world creating art, selling her art, talking about art. She views herself as an artist, and she is an artist.
I'm excited about speaking at this year's breakfast because I had selective mutism and I overcame it. It's a huge honor to represent how the Monarch School has helped kids improve. I'm proud of myself.
Monarch doesn't ask for a lot. They take that money and give it back.
If you're thinking about making a contribution to Monarch, Think about the families for whom this is not an opportunity at all. It's not on their list of things that are possible, and that your contribution could make it possible.
This school has it saved my son's life.